That'll put you back in the right mindset. Pull out the pen, fresh page in a notebook, and we're going to make a poem together. No thinking. Like, you have to take the thinking out of the equation. Matthew's part of Movement Makers, and as part of that, we do an IG Live together. So what do you got? How can I help?
A while back, this was a while ago, maybe like sometime last year, but I've been wanting to get back into like writing poetry. Like, I was dating this girl for 10 months and I used to write poems and songs for her and like sing her to sleep and stuff. And like, I like doing that. But after the breakup, I couldn't I couldn't find myself to like start making poems or anything anymore. And like, do I just go out and just do it? Like, start practicing again? Or
So did you write poems just for her, or did you write poems before? Like, why do you want to get back into poems now?
I just always liked it, and that's what got me through depression, is like motivational stuff and writing poems. And so I want to try to get back into it, but I tried to a while back and I wasn't that good like I used to be. But when I was with her, like, that's all I would really like. That was my inspiration pretty much.
God.
But now I, for some reason, can't like find inspiration, you know?
It's putting pen to paper and just trying, you know, like, it might be rusty. It may not be as good, but all art is expression. It's therapy, you know? So some people take it out through a dance. Some people take it out by writing a song. Some people take it out by making a painting, you know? And if you look at artists and their songs, sometimes the album is all kind of sad because they've just gone through some breakup. Sometimes it's crazy, aspirational, and motivating, like from the same artist, from one album to the next, because they were in a different spot. So I would look at your poetry as healing, that it gets you to from where you are into the next step. So your poem could be about how you're stuck.
All right. So just keep on going at it then.
Well, but write about how you're feeling and where you want to go, not judging yourself for who you used to be. Like, if you're stuck, write about being stuck.
Got you.
If you're struggling that you can't find the words, just that's what you write. You write, I can't find the words. Do you rhyme your poems, or are they just freestyle? Like,
sometimes they're rhyme, but half the time they're freestyle, because I just go off like I go off like a sentence,
yeah.
And like I'm trying to rhyme,
yeah.
And then I just go with what like comes to mind.
Yeah. So that's what you should do. And just get back into it, but it doesn't have to. Don't judge it against what you used to do, because that was a different you in a different zone, and you've now grown and evolved, right? So if you're struggling to find, I'm struggling to find the words. Everything I write comes out like a turd. You know, I don't know, whatever. You just start writing, dude.
Yeah.
Do you write in a notebook? Do you write on a computer? Like, what do you do?
Actually, write in this notebook. I have a lot of writing in here.
Yeah.
Like, I was just about to get to your 295 days. I usually write down every morning.
Okay.
And then usually, like, if I'm at work or something, I usually try to work on your book or Jim Quick's book, or I just write for fun.
So let's write something right now.
Okay.
You could pull out the pen, pull up fresh page in a notebook. What do you want?
All right.
Let's start. Let's make a poem. We're going to make a poem together.
All right.
It doesn't have to be long. It could be like 2 lines, a 2-line poem, right? There you go. So here we go. We can see it. What are you thinking right now? How are you feeling right now?
Good, happy, glad that I'm talking to you.
Okay, great. So what do you want to write about that? I'm happy I'm talking to Evan. Like, how would you lead something like that? I'm scared to open this book.
Here, I'm gonna set you down for a sec, and I'm gonna write something, and I'll show
Good.
you.
Okay. We can hear you. It's happening, guys. This is it.
All right. So this is just what came to mind. It's not like
No, that's
the greatest because I'm not like a fast writer.
fast.
So I just try to like do it as fast as I can. But I said I haven't written in forever, but I'm gonna get back into it. With Evan's help, he's been in and out. He's pretty great. He has an awesome fan base. He's very awesome. I'm happy to be talking to him. He's an inspiration, and all of his fan base is very lovely, and they can do anything that they can. They just got to believe in themselves.
He's doing it. He's writing again, gentlemen. It's happening. Look at that. You're getting the ooh la la. You're getting the hearts. Let's give him some love here in the chat. Hey, look at this one. Today is Friday. I was having a wacky day. Decided to check my phone, and this live got me back in my happy zone.
Oh, look at you go.
That's you, man. I was sitting here being quiet. I'm just smiling along. If you watch the replay, I wasn't saying anything. We were just watching you write, dude. See, that's inspired action. So it's just tapping into it every time. Like you feel something, you write it down. And some days you're going to feel great. Some days you're going to feel grateful. Some days you're going to feel happy and on top of the world. And other days you're going to feel lost and you're going to feel confused and you're going to feel stuck. Right.
I think I just get in my own head and I compare myself, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what gets me.
100%. You're not even comparing yourself to other people. You're comparing yourself to who you used to be and the writing you used to do. But you're changed. You've evolved. You know, like look at any artist. Their second album is not the same as the first, and it's not the same as their third or the fourth or the fifth. Like you evolve and you change as an artist, and that's okay. That's cool. That's growth. That's awesome. I mean, I'm a writer. I've written a bunch of books. And there's some days where I'm on fire writing and I just bang out. There was one trip when I was renting the car. I broke my neck. I wrote a third of this book in one trip to New York. I broke my neck. I couldn't drive. My wife drove. I had to get to New York. I wasn't allowed to fly because of the pressure on the airplane would impact the neck. So we had to drive to New York, which is 9 hours each way from Toronto. And my wife drove the whole way. And I felt so much love for her that she was driving. She hates driving, especially long distance. And she would come with me just to do this New York trip. And I banged out a third of the book from the passenger seat there and back. It was just awesome state of flow. I know other times where I'd sit down to write in my window and just be totally stuck. And that's normal. That happens. But if you're doing it for yourself, like I was writing this for, an audience, right? You're doing this for yourself. Just an expression. If you're stuck, you say you're stuck. If it rhymes, it rhymes. If it doesn't, you keep going. And you get it out. Because just keeping it inside isn't going to serve anything.
No matter what you do, just always be truthful to yourself.
Yeah, and
that's how I look at it.
Dude, and where you're at is okay.
So I'm gonna start trying to do that. But is that so? Would that be the same advice that you would give? Because I'm trying to start like posting depression like videos on YouTube, like helping people, that are depressed. Mm-hmm. Is that the same advice that you would say for like me? Is like just like any thought I get, just write it down, just like create it into a video to help people?
I think every poem you write is a great jumping off point for a video. I think that the poem can help you just get it out, to crystallize it, to get it down on paper. And then if you take that one, like the one you just wrote is about inspiration or gratitude. So that could be a video. You could turn that into a video because, hey, depressed people need both inspiration and gratitude. But if you're feeling down, that could be a video too, right? It could be like, I feel stuck. I feel down. I don't know what to do. My mind's racing. I feel like I'm in a zoo. I can't help it now. If you're stuck, you say you're stuck, but that you're not going to let that stop you from getting to where you want to go. And why it's beautiful is because you're not just showing that you're perfect and that you get all figured out, but that you're still struggling through it, but you're willing to get up and struggle through it. Like you're willing to fight the fight because you want to get to the next place. Like how many people were in a great relationship, broke up, and then got depressed? Tons of people. So to hear your story and how you're even to share the whole thing of how you haven't written for X number of months because you're judging it and you feel like you were better back then, and now's the time to start turning the corner. That's a super inspiring video.
Well, what I was thinking of doing next week is doing something over like what lessons I learned from my friend's death, because he died, and then I was thinking of doing another video like writing about it,
mm-hmm.
about like me going through my cancer that I went through, because that's some valuable lessons too.
How often do you write, or do you want to write?
Every day, like once at least.
Great.
Like once every day.
Morning, afternoon, evening?
Probably the morning after my meditation, if I meditate that day.
Dude, that's awesome. Like meditate and then write. Like put that into your regular routine. You meditate and then you write. Because the meditation will also get you a whole bunch of ideas and some inspiration for what to write. And don't put the pressure on like you have to write 4 pages. What you just wrote, how long did that take, right? Like 2.5 minutes? It's great. If you did that every day, if you meditated, how long do you meditate for?
I'm trying to work up to 30 minutes.
Okay, but
I only do for like 10.
Okay, so whatever. So you do 10 minutes. Tomorrow you're going to wake up and do 10 minutes of meditation, then sit down and write a poem from it. Like right away. Just go right to have the pen and paper already kind of set up, or the notebook set up next to you. And no thinking, no going to the bathroom, no eating a snack or anything. Meditation to writing. You're going to write your poem. And maybe that's a 2-minute poem. Maybe that's a 40-minute poem. I don't know. Like you write for as long as you want to write. And then if you did that every day, you take your favorite ones or the best ones and you turn that into a video concept.
I'm guessing it's just practice over practice to get like confident in like front of a camera. I'm guessing it's just practice.
You're doing it right now, dude.
Yeah, I was nervous, not gonna lie.
Nervous is
going in.
Nervous. Listen, I was nervous when I told you to go write. I told you, hey, go right now. And we're gonna have silence on our stream for a couple minutes. That usually doesn't make for good live, programming. But everybody was super awesome, and they filled the void by starting to write poems themselves, right? Like I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't talk over it because I wanted to give you some white space to kind of work with. And they just stuck around and filled the void by typing in their own stuff, right? So yeah, you should be nervous. It's great. Being nervous is amazing. That means you're on the right path. So
yeah, sure.
expect the first video to suck, but the heart is there.
And just over practicing is just the key.
Yeah, at least one a week.
Because I seen in your book, yeah, you did like 278 like practices just before you got like confident enough to actually like do a good one.
I didn't hate my video. Like I couldn't watch my videos back. I was so embarrassed. Modelalia Sharma saying, yes, that was amazing what he wrote now. See? Keep it up. You're getting love.
Yeah.
So
it was awesome what you guys wrote too. Keep it up.
Yeah, but listen, the way to inspire people is to do it. You can't just say go do it. You have to be doing it. You didn't even have to say anything. Just people watching you write led to them wanting to write. We didn't do it like, hey, everybody, let's write something down. okay, I'm going to put the phone down. We're sitting there looking at your glasses, head down doing it. And people just start throwing off rhymes here in the chat. It was great. That was you leading the inspired action. So you've got to do it. I think the meditation and the poem right after is for you. It's for you to get back to the mindset, to the mind space, to the heart space, to feeling better about yourself and to let stuff out. Like that's for you. And then you take some of those. If you're doing that 7 days a week, you have a little short poem every week. And again, the poem might be 2 lines or the poem might be 18 pages. You know, you never know. Like sometimes it's flowing and you just dump, and sometimes it's super short. But then you take the best. If you want to practice more, you take the best 3 and turn those into videos. But let that, like the meditation and the writing is for you. You need it. It'll make you feel better. It'll center you every day. You know, put you in the right headspace to go off and live today from a happier place. And then the gift to the world, to the community, is creating the videos from whichever one you want to talk about. But now you have a source of inspiration. So it's not, I don't know what I'm going to make a video on. That's one of the biggest things. What do I make a video on? Well, you've got 7 days of writing that whichever one just resonates the most with right now, that's the one you pick. So it could be about your girlfriend. It could be about the cancer. It could be about writer's block. It could be about depression. Like all of those things can work, but let it flow from the meditation into the poem, because that's your creative zone that's just going to automatically flow. Where when you're thinking too strategic, like 8 ways to get out of depression, sometimes the content's not as good as opposed to if it actually came from the heart.
I used to not be so bad at it, but I'm starting to get like really in a bad habit of overthinking. Is there like, I don't really think there's a way to like help overthinking or stop it. Is there?
Dude,
like to help it?
Like it's in the homework. You do a meditation every day, and then you go right away to start writing. You have the notebook and the pen right next to you, and you go right to your desk and you start writing. Don't think about it. No washroom break, no food, no snack, no like, am I good enough? Meditation to writing. That's it. No thinking. Like you have to take the thinking out of the equation. You meditate and then you go sit down and you write whatever the first thing it is that came to your mind. So you did it here, right? We just did it live. You said you tapped into the gratitude for being here and having this conversation, being with these amazing people. And tomorrow may be something totally different. But it's not thinking about the process of writing, just getting down and writing. Like you go from meditation right away to sitting down and writing, and 5 seconds after you sit down, something has to be on the paper.
Got you. So okay, I'm gonna start doing what I've been thinking of doing like every other night. So before I go to sleep, I've been thinking of, well, I work nights, so except for those nights, of course. But the nights that I don't work, I've been thinking of like writing in my journal what like my plan is for the next morning, mm-hmm. and then just going at it, because then I have a plan, you know.
That's great for the whole day, but train the meditation to writing every morning. You wake up, you meditate, whether it's 10 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever. When the meditation is over, you get up, you go write, and within 5 seconds of sitting down, you have to have written your first word on the paper. Like what you just did here was a great example, because we didn't go back and forth on, well, what should I write about? I don't know what I'm going to write about. And I used to be so good, and now I'm not good anymore. And you're like, no, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And you just did it. Right? You just wrote it down, and everybody loved it.
I'm going at it.
So that's it. They're like, take that same, just stop. Just don't think about it. You're not allowed to think about it. And you're not allowed to think about distractions. It's not like, what am I going to do today? Or what clothes should I wear today? Or nothing. Meditation to writing. And 5 seconds after sitting down, the first word has to be on the page. And then let it flow for as long as it flows. And if you're stuck, write that you're stuck. And then after the writing, then you can worry about what's going on with the rest of your day. But that'll center you every day. That'll help get stuff out. That'll put you back in the right mindset. And then some of those will become videos that you can turn into for your channel.
Got you.
Spend the next 30 mornings meditating and journaling or poem writing. Because that'll set you up to feel you again. which will then allow you to make all sorts of better decisions for your life, from investing to everything else.
Gotcha. Yeah,
30-day challenge every morning, meditation, poem writing, immediately, and 5 seconds after sitting down, you got to have something written. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. Because once you get that going, you'll become a different person. You'll feel more connected to you at the end of the 30 days. You'll probably keep up the habit, and then that'll put you in a better position to answer every other question you've got going on in your life.
All right, I'm gonna push myself, and then because every other week I'm pushing myself to like put one video out every week, like one video, like small steps, you know, because I'm not really used to it, but I'm trying to like push myself because that's what I want to do because I love helping people.
Follow the plan. From your 7 videos or seven poems, 1 to 3 of those could be videos. You want to get better, do more videos. But get the meditation and writing down as a practice first. Get that habitual. So that every morning is what you do. Every morning is what you do. Just like brushing your teeth or drinking a glass of water or whatever else you do in the morning. I hope you brush your teeth every morning.
I hope so too.
Brush your teeth, meditate, write. And then we can stack habits on top of that. Then it can be make some videos. Then it can be learn to invest. Then it can be other things. But we got to get that foundation level down first. Yeah. 30 days.
Gotcha.
I want updates.
All right. Yeah, I'll send you pictures every time.
Pictures. Daily picture. Post it to your own Instagram.
All right. I got you. And then I'll tag you in it.
Tag
too.
I want to see it.
Appreciate it.
Much love. Have a great weekend, man. We're cheering you on.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
That's your fastest path to get to a higher revenue goal.
Evan, I want to change the world. That's why I'm working with you.
LinkedIn is your playground.